I'm live. Hi. That is the sound of the owl, if you can hear that in the background. I hope you are having a good day today. I'm excited to be with you this morning. I wanted to get a small chat in on this Monday morning. I have had a good breakfast so far. I had a breakfast burrito. It was super delicious. I love breakfast burritos. I get them from a place called Urban Counter in Chicago. They've got eggs and cheddar cheese, baked beans, grilled onions, avocado. Super delicious. Oh, there's French fries on them too. And they grill them. They are so delicious. If you are ever in Chicago, I highly recommend getting one. Hi, people. Some people showed up. Hi. Hi, everyone. So I hope you had a good weekend. I was actually away for the weekend, so if I have not responded to your email yet, I will be getting to it today. I went to a haunted house on Friday night. It was really exciting. At a place called Hell's Gate. It's in the town of Lockport outside of Chicago, and it was incredible. You ride this school bus, and then you walk through the forest, and then you go through this house, and there's things everywhere, and creatures, and different themed rooms, some with dolls, and you go down a slide. It was absolutely incredible. And then what else did I do? Oh, I went for a walk yesterday, and I saw the fall leaves. On Saturday, I saw a movie. I saw First Man. It was incredible. I highly recommend that as well. If you're ever looking for a way to escape and you're trying to find something fun to do, I highly recommend seeing a movie. If you have not seen First Man yet, it is definitely one you want to see. It's with Ryan Gosling. Can't remember the actress that's also in it. Claire Foy, I think that's her name. It's the same director as La La Land. I am a film enthusiast. Actually, my degrees are in film, so I do love movies, and this one was absolutely incredible. Okay, so that is how my weekend was. I hope your weekend was amazing. Let's get to it. I do have a phone call scheduled in a half an hour, so I'm going to have to cut off then. And if that person is watching, I am very excited to talk to you then. Okay, so the topic of this conversation is specific person. I know that a lot of you are trying to attract a specific person, either an ex or a crush or somebody that you really want to have a relationship with. Maybe you're friends with benefits. Maybe you're just friends right now, and you want to get out of the friend zone. You want to attract this person. Maybe this person is estranged. Maybe, there's all different sorts of specific person situations. So I want to say that your situation is not unique or different in any way. All of them can be healed. There's really no reason why they can't be healed as long as you take the right and proper steps and you sort of give it the right amount of time. You let the universe take over. So let's get to your questions. Okay, from 1DW. Can our specific person feel if we are sad or happy? That's interesting. And honestly, I think that it has to do with you. Like, what do you believe? I think everyone has a different connection with that specific person. And I think in some cases, obviously, it's a crush you've never met before. Some instances you've never met. Some instances you've had a prior relationship. So in all different situations, I really think it's what you believe. And hi. Oh, you're okay? Okay, there's a security guard, sorry. I'm in a public place, so I didn't know if he was telling me to move, but I guess he's not. I'm okay. Okay, back to the question. So, what was I saying? Okay, so it depends on the connection that you are having with the person. Like, how do you feel? Do you think that they can pick up on it? Now, I do think that happiness and good feelings draws them in. Now, in terms of if you feel sad, I think that it sort of creates a blockage, like it sort of keeps them away. Whether or not they can actually feel your sadness, I think it's really up to what you believe. But I do think that getting in sort of a depressed state kind of keeps them away, which is why people who, after a breakup, they stay home and they cry all the time. And that's sort of why the person stays away, even though that's exactly the moment where you really want this person to be there for you. Most of all, it never really works. Okay, let's take another question. I'm sorry that was interrupted. I thought he was asking me to move my location. What does it mean if you see your person in the distance but then miss the opportunity? That's a good question. Okay, so I think if you see them in the distance, it means you're close. It means you're definitely on the right track. I think that you never really miss an opportunity. So if you don't actually end up speaking and it feels like a near miss, instead of feeling like you missed out on something, feel like it was that things are coming closer, like it was an indication that you're on the right track because clearly you saw them. So I think that it is definitely an indication that things are speeding up, things are coming soon. So always look at things as sources of encouragement instead of discouragement. Um, Someone just asked for guidance. Okay. I hope this video can help. Let's see. Is it possible to attract someone who has a sexual orientation that is different than yours? I think that everyone has the possibility to be all sexual orientations. I don't think that anyone is. What I'm trying to say is I don't think anything is written in stone. So I think that we all have the potential to be attracted to men and women. I really feel like it's more so the soul inside than necessarily the gender. I think because our souls are unique, because a lot of times you find that, for example, a woman may have always been married, like maybe she was married to a man and then suddenly she falls in love with a woman, and it's not necessarily that she's suddenly attracted to all women, but it was that particular woman. So I think it's definitely possible, but again, it's really what you believe. I can believe it's possible, but it really depends. Your life depends on you. Like, I can't determine what is possible and what is not in your own life. It's you that is setting the limitations. It's you that is setting the restrictions and the boundaries. Honestly, life is limitless and should be this abundant playground. So you really should be able to attract anything and everything, but it depends on what you decide is possible and what you decide is not possible. Is it possible to manifest someone that you're over obsessed over? And I actually think no. I think that obsession keeps someone away. And I do want to elaborate on this a lot because a lot of the emails that I get, I find that people are placing way too much emphasis on another person, and it turns into borderline obsession, sometimes full blown out obsession. And I really think that when you're obsessed with anything, that you completely push it away from yourself because it becomes this idea instead of something that can be a reality in your life. If you are obsessed with the idea of something, it remains an idea instead of having it be tangible substance in your life. So if you have an obsession and you are totally fixated and focused on this person, then they can never really enter your life because your idea of them is like this idea of who they really aren't. A lot of times you have an idea that they're the answer to your happiness, that they can heal your heart, that they can give you something that makes your life meaningful in some way. Like they're your missing piece. Now I know that in love relationships, the other person is super important, but you don't want to make it to a level where they become this obsessive force where then you can never actually experience being with them because they're always on this other plane than you. It's like they're on a pedestal. They're not. It can't be actual reality. So if you want to be with this person, you have to see them as normal, average, easy, attainable, just a regular person. No big deal. Even if they're totally special to you, just a normal person going about their thing, it's easy. I can be with you. It's not a big deal. You don't want to be obsessed. You want to be obsessed with yourself. Now, I do want to mention if you have been obsessed with someone, you do not ruin your chances of ever being with them. Everyone makes the obsessive mistake. I've been obsessed with people before in the past, so it's okay. We all make that mistake. It just means you tweak your energy. You start focusing on yourself and self-love, and then that person can be seen as an average, everyday person, and they can come into your life because that's who they are. They're not this dreamlike quality obsessiveness state. I don't think that made any sense, but hopefully you get the idea. Okay, let's do another question. I have started the no contact with him 4 days ago. My idea is to get over him fast. Okay, so in this instance, I'm not sure if this person is trying to move on from them or get over them or still attract them. But I want to say that no contact is a great thing because it allows you space to work on yourself and your own inner growth. It allows you to place the focus where it should be. Now, when you do go into no contact, that person can still contact you and you can still respond. You just can't be contacting them. And that takes away the need, it takes away the desperation, and it allows them to contact you when they are ready. And then you know that it's the right time, they're ready to talk. Now, if you do want to get over someone and you want to attract someone else, I say totally focus on yourself. If you want to and end up attracting this person, it's kind of the same strategy. You want to focus on yourself as being important. You want to show this person that you are actually important. Okay, I'm a little out of breath, but let's see. Can I manifest someone younger than me? Sure, why not? We're all kind of the same age inside. I'm 40. I've had guys that are a lot younger than me approach me. I teach in colleges, and I've had a lot of college guys want to go out on dates with me, and they're like 18. So that's cool. I don't know if they know how old I am, but I'm not afraid to tell them. But no, I haven't gone out with any of them because I do have my special person. But it's just so flattering. But I mean, then there's people older that I date too. So if I was in the dating scene, which I'm not, but I'm saying that I could be attracted to someone older or younger. It doesn't really matter. So yes, you can attract someone younger. In fact, my grandmother married someone who was younger than her, and we joke that she's a cougar. So that's funny. Okay, let's see. Can I manifest an ex after years have passed? Yes. Don't look at the time. Don't look at the space. The universe doesn't know time. We just know time, and we analyze time, and we tend to think that time is not on our side. But there are plenty of love stories where people have come together that maybe loved each other as teenagers and then reunited as senior citizens. And I'm not saying you have to wait that long. I'm just giving the example that love never dies, and that loving feeling is always still there. So you can absolutely manifest someone in a better way, in a better relationship than you had before, a relationship that can last. So don't look at the aspect of time. Look at what you want to manifest. Like, how much attention are you willing to put into it? And a lot of times you can manifest somebody without putting much attention in it at all. You just set the goal. I want to be with this person again sometime in my life. And a lot of times it happens sooner rather than later because you are not focused on the time element at all. You are just letting it happen when it is meant to be. And if you could just go about your life, you'll notice it could happen. Like, they could just call you up out of the blue, even if you didn't think they had your number. And that's how it goes about. I'm going to take just a moment to drink some water. I'm super thirsty. I like to drink 120 ounces of water per day. I found that drinking a lot of water clears my head, makes me feel good. I definitely recommend to take care of your body, exercise a lot, do what you can. I went on a hike yesterday and it felt amazing, and it just opens up your body to breathe better, and you just feel amazing. So I would definitely say if you're stuck in your head a lot and you're anxious a lot, go do some exercise. Like, go for a nature walk. You'd be amazed at how it just calms your soul. Now, I do want to say we are talking about a specific person. I do offer a specific person package on my website. It is daily emails. You can also do those emails every other day if you like, but it's known as the Breakthrough Package. It's also known as the Specific Person Package. It is on sale right now until Wednesday. And it is daily contact from me, totally tailored to your situation. So if you've ever wondered what that is like, basically you get to ask me as many questions as you want. And every day I respond, or I just send you helpful information that will be specific to your learning growth. Because again, everybody has different issues, the different thing to focus on that will help them have a breakthrough. We're all different. So I coach a lot of people. So I've kind of learned how to identify different weak spots, and I can kind of zero in on your weak spot and help you overcome that so you can finally break through. Okay. You from Sweden. Am I from Sweden? No, maybe they were responding to someone else. Okay, let's do a different question. How to know if we are in the right path to attracting a specific person? I think that you need to be mindful of your thoughts and feelings. For example, are you thinking about this person all the time, or are you balancing out the amount of time you think about them as opposed to the other things that you are currently doing in your life, such as your job, the other people that are in your life? Are you balancing these things out also with other goals too? I know a lot of people say you should only focus on one goal at a time. I think it's great to focus on a ton of goals at a time, because that way it's harder to become obsessed onto one goal. Because if you're focusing on, say, 3 goals, then you're not holding any with a tight grip. You're allowing it to balance. And I really think less is more in attracting, and that's why a lot of you will think about somebody from your past, and then the next day they will track you down. Or you'll bump into them on the street and they've moved to a different city, but they happen to be in your city. That's why it happens so easily, and that's why I stress to try to keep this as easy as possible. Just totally balance it out. And you know you're on the right track when it feels effortless. Like if attracting a specific person feels miserable, you gotta stop what you're doing. Like, it's not gonna work. That doesn't work. You have to feel good. You have to feel light. You have to feel like it's easy. Otherwise, you're just gonna be wasting your time. So I would say go out and do something fun, have a laugh, do something silly, and you'll break the tension. That's the thing that's gonna attract the specific person, not these like affirmations and making vision boards all the time. Like, sure, those things are good in moderation. If that's all you're doing, then you're just creating a foundation of need where you're just stuck in want. And you want to actually be able to experience stuff. How to visualize? Well, visualizing is like, for example, if you close your eyes and you remember a happy memory from your past. Now, whenever you think of a memory, like certain voices come in your mind, certain details, certain feelings, like maybe your 13th birthday was really amazing. And you can go back into that in your mind and you can remember what it felt to be there. And it's not really about imagining people's faces or imagining specific details like colors. And you don't have to like go into complete detail and analysis in your mind to recreate that picture. It's more so just remembering it. That's really what a visualization is. It's like remembering something that hasn't happened yet. So it's like you're trying to create a picture and a feeling, something you want to have happen. And that's why it's best done as a daydream. Like if it feels too stressful to close your eyes and do it, that's okay. Like just while you're driving or while you're walking, just daydream because it feels so happy and it feels so good. And that is when things come to you effortlessly. Okay, let's see. How long to visualize? As long as you want. Like, don't even count the time. Just do it for a few minutes. I know in my 25-day challenge book, I say for 10 minutes at a time. 10 minutes is a good amount of time if you want to set a timer because it's long enough to get into the state, but it's not too long where you start to feel like it's too much. Now, some people are naturally better at visualization, but I think that, again, it's like a skill. First time you do something, it's going to feel weird because your mind isn't used to doing it. So you kind of got to stick it out and try it out, and you'll find it's fun. It's like your own personal time with the universe. It's like you're placing orders. It's like you're on the Amazon website, you're filling out your shopping cart, and you're like, hey, I want this. I don't know when the delivery date. Unfortunately, the universe does not give estimated delivery dates like Amazon does. It'd be awesome if you could be like, hey, I want this experience. The universe said, estimated delivery date, such and such. And then you'd be like, oh, I think we'd all be relaxed. But you know what? Then life would be really boring if we knew it was coming. Like we wouldn't appreciate it. I think a lot of times we forget we're conscious creators because we want to really earn the thing. If it was just coming easily, we'd be so bored. We'd be like, this isn't any fun. So I really think we make it dramatic on purpose because it's better. If you achieve something you didn't think was going to come, it's a miracle. It's like, wow. You know, you have that elated feeling. You can't have that elated feeling unless there was contrast. If there was never contrast, how would you know it was so amazing? You would just think that amazing was standard, and there'd be no contrast to show you how amazing it was. So instead of getting all pissed off that there's contrast and I don't have anything of this now, I'm such in lack, you're showing you the contrast that way when the good thing comes, that you are so appreciative, you're so elated, you're so happy. That's how it goes. Okay, let's do some more questions. Maybe life is life and we don't to make time back. I don't know. I just lost this question. I'm sorry. If you want to ask this question again, try it again and maybe I'll see it again. Abraham Hicks getting into the vortex, how? Honestly, I don't know a lot about Abraham Hicks. I find her stuff kind of confusing. I think at the heart, she's got really cool things to say, But honestly, she uses so many different terms and stuff that I end up getting just kind of confused. So I think that if you gravitate towards her, go for it. I think that we all gravitate towards different people. I have no idea how to get into the vortex. Maybe I'm already in the vortex and I don't even know it. But I don't know enough about what the vortex is to really comment on it. I know I've read about it before, but I forget. But I think that honestly, I'm a little bit different than other law of attraction teachers. In fact, I feel like I should coin a new term for what this is, this sort of thoughts creating things, because I say it's okay to have a little bit of negativity, and that's because we're all going to be negative sometimes. So to say that you can't have any negativity, I don't think it's realistic. So I say that you should be as relaxed as possible, because I see plenty of negative people manifesting things. And when you see that, it kind of contradicts what some of these law of attraction teachers say about having to be happy to have good things. There's a lot of grumpy people that are like multimillionaires and multi-billionaires. So that's why I think it's just being aligned with what you believe is possible. I don't really think that it's about happiness. I think happiness is great. I'd rather be happy than sad. But I don't think that happiness equals the result. I think being aligned with it does, and that is your belief inside, I am worth this. And that's why I focus on self-love, being worth the thing you are. Because if you can feel it as possible, then you can have it. Okay, how to do self-love. Self-love means when you wake up in the morning, the first thing you think about is what will make you feel good. So you don't think about the first thing in the morning, you don't think about this person and why you want to be with them. You say, what will make me feel good? Maybe it's a cup of coffee. Maybe it's a fresh piece of fruit. Maybe it's a cup of water. Maybe I want to pet my cat. Maybe, I want to take a hot shower. But it's about you, and make you the priority of your life. That's what self-love is. It's just recognizing that you're important. It's recognizing that your needs come first. It's recognizing that you have needs. A lot of times you get so in love with someone else that all you see is their needs. All you see is their wants, their likes, their desires, and you completely shove yourself aside as if you don't matter. And that's why that person ends up not wanting to be with you, because you're sending out all this energy. I don't matter. I don't matter. I don't have any likes. I just like what you like. I don't have any needs. I just want to accommodate you. I don't really believe in myself. I just want to compliment you and make you feel good. If you're doing this, you are not showing self-love. You have to show that you matter, and that's when that person starts chasing you. Like, oh my God, they chase you like they have to be with you because you're saying you matter. You have to say that you matter. Okay, I'm going to do for a few more minutes, and then I got to take a bathroom break. And then I'm going to call the person who I have a phone call scheduled with. I do want to say that I am available all day long for phone calls and emails. So if you're waiting for an email from me, it will be coming soon. And if you're waiting to talk to me, I have time this afternoon and this evening. I know I have couple other phone calls already scheduled. They definitely have a lot of slots. I don't have any slots tomorrow, unfortunately. But I do have some on Wednesday. Wednesday is Halloween. I am going to be dressing up. I am dressing up as a couple with my boyfriend. He is going to be a gambler, and I'm going to be the brothel babe. So I'm really excited about that. And I hope you have a costume. And even if you don't have anyone to do a costume with, just wear one anyway. That's what I used to do. And it finally worked for me. And now I get to dress up in a couple. But there were times when I was all by myself. But I tried to make the best out of it. And that's all you can do. And then you finally break through. And then you forget that other time even existed. But I think we should all support one another. Because some of us have companions right now. Some of us don't. And I think that we should all feel that love within one another to try to support one another. And I'm proof that it can happen because I was really unlucky in love. And then it happened for me. But it didn't happen by chance. I worked on it. So hard work does pay off. Okay. How to get over the fact that you can't imagine how things can suddenly change. You don't have to know. Honestly, whenever things broke through in my life, it was not in a way that I guessed. It was not in a way that I thought was possible. What I did was I basically always just posed those what if questions. What if this was possible? I don't know how it's going to happen. But I know that it's possible because other people have it. Other people have successful relationships. Other people have been with their specific person. So why can't I? They're no different than me. They're just people. We're all the same. No one's luckier than someone else. We're all absolutely the same. We're all connected to the same creative energy. We're all connected to one another. We're no different. What's your email? My email, it's VeronicaIsles@gmail.com. I hope you were asking for my email. What is if specific person doesn't want the relationship? Okay. Well, I really think that you need to get into the feeling that someone could want a relationship with you. Don't get into the feeling of like forcing this person to be in a relationship with you, because then there's all this resistance because you feel like you're forcing them to do something they don't want. But instead, if you focus on you being worth a relationship and you deserving to be in a relationship, someone wanting to be in a relationship with you, then I think by default that person ends up seeing you as an actual option. But you have to allow yourself the ability to feel like you can be in a relationship. You have to do that first. And that's not going general. That's allowing yourself the feeling first, because if you can't feel that you're worth having someone be madly in love with you, then how can this person want to be with you? It just doesn't happen. Okay, one more question. I don't want the relationship, but he wants. I don't understand that question. I know he's my soulmate, but he doesn't feel the same. I think anyone can be a soulmate. I really do. And the funny thing is, especially in my years of coaching and my own life, is sometimes people change their mind. Sometimes they say, I don't ever want to be with you. And then suddenly they do want to be with you. And you wonder how on earth this happens. Like, it's almost like people are bipolar in a way. But I mean, think about it. In your life, you might have not really liked someone, and then suddenly you're head over heels for them. And you wonder, how does this shift happen? And I really think that it's through belief, and that changes can happen. So try not to think that it's written in stone, and see yourself as a soulmate instead of seeing yourself as someone nobody wants. Okay. All right. I think that's probably it. I am going to do another live streaming on Wednesday. Be sometime in the morning, although I do have to go to the chiropractor on Wednesdays. So I don't know exactly what time. I'm hoping I can fit in this live streaming though. And I'm going to start live streaming from my phone. We'll see how that works. So I hope you have a wonderful day. If it was warmer out, I'd be outside in Grant Park, but I'm not because it's cold. I hope you have a nice day. If you want to contact me, it's VeronicaIsles@gmail.com. My website, VeronicaIsles.com. I have really amazing sales going on right now, 40% off. I guarantee you all the prices are going to go up November 1st. None of this stuff expires. So if you think you're going to want to do a phone call with me in the future, I'd get one now. So right now, 10-minute phone calls are $32. They're originally $50. So definitely they are going to go up. I'm telling you right now, can't get it on November 1st. Okay. Have a lovely day. And I hope this helped.